want?
What are you doing?
Trying to get this nail out.
It's not working too good for you, babe. Alrighty, guys, how the hell y'all doing this morning? It is Friday, June the 20th. I have no idea what that dog is chewing on.
Stick.
Oh, deer hair. She's gonna be.
No, she had a coyote skull. I put in the garbage.
Oh. Anyways, we are recycling. That's what you call this, right? Recycling?
Something like that.
Because we're not throwing it in the garbage and getting rid of it. So, bunch of scrap plywood. This old bench was in the tack room of our barn, and it was pretty friggin' wobbly. It was here when we bought the farm, but it was really wobbly, so I put a couple of braces on the side. We got a different bench for in the barn now. Another one there. A little bit of plywood across the back end. Some divider plywood. Make a couple of boxes, and all of a sudden I'll put a piece in the front.
Is it Farrier here?
No, I think that's the neighbor. I'll put a piece across the front, a 4-inch or so piece, 5-inch, and you got a couple of laying boxes for the chickens. So yeah, we're recycling. And that thing is out. I think I showed that in a previous clip. Maybe not. Don't know. But yeah, yesterday, after we got Little Blue home, we got the hay bind pulled away from the front of the barn shop here. Battery in the little lawnmower, and got that baler out from the back corner. And I used the Bobcat. I rigged up a little hitch for it last year so I can move her things around. And it worked to get it out, but that sticks out about 2.5, 3 feet from the tip of the teeth on the Bobcat. And that baler is so friggin' heavy that the back end of the Bobcat's coming off the ground. She's a chunky little bastard, that baler. So, one more piece of plywood and this thing can go to the birds. We'll talk to you guys later. Alrighty, guys, well, on Little Blue here, before we took it to get it fixed, that pump, this tilt cylinder hose started leaking on us. So I just got home, got a new one made up. I got to make sure I get it set proper. This is kind of dirty, so I'll clean it up. But basically, those two grooves right there, I got to make sure that it fits, the hoses fit inside of one in each groove. That way they're not rubbing on that bolt. My buddy Darren, he was sold out of 90s. They're supposed to be, so you see that there? That's a 90-degree fitting right there. He was sold out of 90s, so I told him, well, if you got a straight, just put a straight on it and give me an extra 6 inches or so of hose, and we'll make that work. So that's kind of basically what we did. So it's not exactly the way it's supposed to be, but we can make this work, I think. I hope. I don't see why not. We'll give her a try and see what happens. I'll bring you back when I get it all the cover's all put back in place. Alrighty, well, might not be perfect, but this hose, it's supposed to have the 90, and then the hose would go up and then come down, make the turn, and into the block underneath this cover. Well, at this point, it's going from out, down, up, around this way, and then looping, and I'm kind of bending the cover open right there to get it to the block. It's not the end of the world. It's on, and for now I think this will work just fine. Anywho, so this guy, theoretically, there should not be any leaks of any kind on him right now. So I could take him out and get ready to give him his spring bath. And it's going to rain, so I'm not going to worry about a bath. They say it's going to rain. Starting tonight into tomorrow, Sunday, Monday morning, we could see as much as, on the high side, 40 mils. That would be sweet, like basically an inch and a half. So yeah, I'll get him out of here, and then we'll start cutting steel because I haven't started yet, for another one of them oilers. Anyway, I'm gonna go have a quick lunch, and we'll get to work with cutting steel, or see what CP says later. Alrighty guys, well, I think I got almost all my pieces cut. A couple more down here that still have to be attached. This is the main post that the oiler will hang on. I'm making it just slightly different. The old one, I shouldn't say old, it's not that old, it's only a couple months old. But anyway, the original one, I made it 7 feet to the top edge. So this rail right here is 7 feet to the top up there. And I got to thinking, what the hell kind of animal's walking through here that's going to be 7 feet fucking tall? I don't think a moose is going to walk through there. And I know even if my horses walk through there, they'll drop their goddamn noggin. So this one's only 6 feet to the top. The other thing I'm doing different, from the end in, I went like 4 feet. On that one, I'm only going 2 feet to the cross members. And then the main post is set ahead of that, saying that this is the front. So yeah, just a little bit, tweaking it just a little bit here and there. And I'm using up scrap steel that I had laying around the shop for some of the pieces. Like you can see this sucker here, he's got holes in him and whatnot because he was used on something and I cut it off. So yeah, that one, I made it for something. I have no idea what, but it's in my scrap steel pile over here. So let's use up these scrap steel pieces, right? I got a couple short guys that'll go on this end. Might as well use them up. That's the way I'm looking at it. But anywho, that's where that is located. We got to weld that in solid. And then I've got a 6-foot piece that is coped on one end. It'll go from up here, and it's going to come across to a piece that is coped on either end, which is like 5'10", tip to tip. And that'll come over here someplace and come straight up to tie everything together. So yeah, I'm gonna get this end all welded up, and then we'll start on the other end. Talk to you in a little bit. Morning, everybody. Last one finally calved. Well, it is, what is it today? The 20th? 21st? Something. 21st today. So, she finally calved out. About time. Big old black bull calf. And we had a very light shower, enough to dampen the dust. At this point, that's it. But it's a start. They say it's supposed to rain all weekend yet, but we'll see. You can see the ground is kind of dampish right here in the corral. There, see that? Dust. That's how much rain we've had. But this is a start. Anyways, we'll have to process that calf at some point or another today or tomorrow. And that one, we could have kicked her out like a week ago easily, but left her in for company for the black one. Anywho, farriers just left. So the two ponies got done. And I'm supposed to be going to the neighbors to give them a hand butchering a cow. But he's waiting for... All I got to do is kill her. Pop her in the head. And then the people that are buying this animal are actually coming to gut her and skin her and hack her up. So he's waiting for them to show up to do all that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go have half a cup of coffee and we'll bring you all back a little later. Finally got some rain, guys. Basically rained from 2 o'clock all afternoon. And at times it was coming down hard. Not just a little bit, but it was really coming down. So that was a good sign. But how much did it amount to? Oh shit, look at that. Over half an inch. 15, 16, 15 mils. And it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So that's a good sign. It's cool out here. So what's happening this weekend? I really don't know, but the horse's feet got trimmed. The last cow finally calved. I went and helped a neighbor butcher a beef. And we got just over half-inch of rain. That's a good day. And hopefully we get another at least half-inch or an inch tomorrow. Have a good evening, y'all. Morning, everybody. Well, that should make that pasture grow better, this rain. We never really got much overnight. We're still at just over half-inch, 15 mils. But we're supposed to get more today. How much more we're gonna get, who the heck knows. According to the weatherman, we're supposed to get like another 15 mils, but whether that'll actually happen or not is anybody's guess, right? But this is definitely gonna help, that's for sure. Anyway, I am off to my buddy Jason's place. Some of you might remember I helped him install a high moisture applicator on his baler. It's all sensor controlled and so on and so forth. So, and now he's putting all brand new belts in his baler. So we're gonna rip over there and give him a hand installing the belts, and life will be good. Anyway, I'll let you guys go, and y'all have yourselves a good day. This is right now. It just light spits all day. Well, all evening, not all day. We never had nothing all day until tonight. And they say we're supposed to get another ½ inch, but we'll see what happens. There's a lot of water laying there. We just got home. So went and helped my buddy Jason with his baler. Then found out that it needed a lot more repairs. So I ended up bringing the baler back to our place, put it in the shop. Had to do some welding and stuff on it. Got that all fixed up and put together. Then took off to the city. Went and visited Tristan and Maddie for a little bit. And there was no water puddles in our driveways or anything when we left. But there is now, and it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock. So from 2 o'clock until now, we were basically just over ½ an inch, well, 15 mil. And now we're at 3/4 right on. So it came down pretty good while we were gone. Another 1/4 inch from roughly 3 o'clock in the afternoon until 9 o'clock here. Anyway, oh my goodness. I'm gonna let you guys go, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Give us the old thumbs up, comment, subscribe. We're finally getting some rain. Woohoo! Talk to y'all later.